Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Hello. Good morning, Lit Geek. Congrats on being first confetti of the day. How's everyone going? My name is Dudezord, and I do cool game dev stuff here on Twitch. And this beautiful morning, I will continue my Gameboy emulator. We are trying to implement audio. It's going. I don't know if it's going in the right direction, but it's going. It's doing something, and yeah, I guess we'll just pretty much continue. Yesterday we had, I would call it some success, meaning that at the very least we were able to integrate a wave file writer, meaning that besides generating the audio, I can also save it to a wave file, and then I can like check its wave spectrum stuff and like kind of try to figure out what the hell is going on with it. I don't know if it helps, but it helps for sure. At least try to see if the shape matches with something that would be expected. But yeah, I think we'll just essentially continue. Let me just finishing preparing here my stuff. Okay, I think I got it. So essentially, nowadays, we are able to run the emulator. It's saving to a WAV file instead of actually, outputting, because it's essentially generating random garbage, and I don't want you guys to be deaf. Yesterday I was outputting the actual sound, and people did complain, so that wasn't that fun. Yeah, but essentially we are writing this audio.wav file, which we can then actually open inside an editor, for example, Audacity. But in this case, this is what we are getting, which kind of looks like crap, and this is what we should be going against, which is like a more tightly packed like wave, So yeah, it's sounding kinda yucky. One thing that we already have that is maybe partially correct is that we are only triggering the sound after 4.1 seconds, or we are just trying to play some sound after 4.1 seconds, which kind of matches the expectation of the scrolling Nintendo logo when it does like the first bing, the first like sound. It happens at around 4 seconds, so yeah, that part here is the only part that is correct, this number here. But yeah, the rest not so much. So we needed to figure that out essentially. Yesterday I did install Reaper because I wasn't getting any success. I wasn't getting any success in actually visualizing the waves that I am outputting. But fortunately, this is a little better. Hopefully. How do I actually zoom in on this? Yeah, I still need to learn this interface, but there's the wave that we are generating, and the expectation is that it would go more alternated very, very quickly. So I don't exactly know how we could start, I don't actually have a plan. But I think that what we could maybe try is actually confirm what is the boot ROM actually doing in terms of assembly, what values is it writing to the audio registers, and at least try to create a mental picture of what's actually supposed to happen, So I already know that essentially a pretty much startup, we are doing this we are setting up audio this way. Okay, so maybe I should create like an empty file. So at startup or at boot immediately, we set up this audio, and then 4 seconds later we do something else, which is let me see if I can find it, which is this, so it first plays the sound at 80. Yep. And then it should somehow jump back. 060. No, hold on. Yeah, so it kind of goes on this loop twice, you know? It kind of goes on this loop twice. So on the first counter, first he's trying to count for how many frames it actually like rendered. Then it plays the first sound, and then it goes on the second loop, and then it plays the second sound. So this is sound number 1, and this is supposedly sound number 2. Yeah. So we essentially need to figure out what the hell this all means. Okay. But I don't actually think we will need like this loop code here. But it's essentially waiting for, I mean, we can quickly disassemble it. It's essentially trying to check what is the current line that it's rendering, FF44, storing it into A, and then comparing it with 90 in hexadecimal, which is 144. So it's waiting for a full frame. Whenever it's not non-zero, meaning that it didn't reach that line, it just goes back onto this very small loop. But whenever you render a frame, you decrement C. C starts at OC. So OC, oops, which is 12. So it runs something for 12 frames. And then E is a O2. So it's OC times O2. I mean, this is just 24, isn't it? So it tries to run this for okay, confused already. It tries to run this for 12 iterations. Yeah, 12 iterations. Then it tries to run this for 2 iterations. Yeah, okay. Okay, then it stores the 13 there. It increments age, wherever age value was. I mean, how do I know what was the value of age? Initialize scroll count equals 0. Okay, so it counts 1. Then stores 1 into A. It stores OX83. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out like how this loop kind of unrolls, so we can have like a proper like timing at which point the audio should start playing. O2 OC for a frame. $64. decrement E 62. Oh, okay, so this one goes to 62. I see. Oh, and 90 is no. Oh my god, this is way harder than I thought. Okay. Okay. We need to chill. Good morning, y'all. Hello, good morning, Elgardia. How's it going? I almost clicked on the confetti there for you. But you don't deserve it because you weren't first. Yeah, today we are continuing working on the audio for the Game Boy. And essentially I'm just trying to figure out traffic sucks. Oh, did you go to the office or something? But yeah, I'm actually trying to figure out how this timing sequence kind of works. I mean, I already have a grasp that the sound should play at around 4.2 seconds. But I just kind of want to validate it, you know? And to go out for a bit and come back. I see. So this is 2. C is 12. C is 12. This is 144. Okay, so it's gonna run these 144 times. Then it's gonna run this 12 times. So it's 12 times 144. And then here is 12 times. Oops, did I do? Okay, 12 times 144 times 2, I would say. Because whenever we decrement this, it runs 12 times that again. I mean, I don't know why you couldn't just put a 24 there then. Maybe I'm doing something wrong, which is possible. Okay, so it's essentially counting whatever many frames this is supposed to be. And then it loads age. Okay, it first tries to write 13 there, which is 19 into C. It increments age, which is this hidden how much it should scroll. Oh, so it kind of only scrolls, I see. It only scrolls every 24 frames. Like it scrolls 1 pixel down every 24 frames. I think this is what it's supposed to mean. Then it increments age. And age is probably what's being used. Yeah, then it loads age into A, because then it uses the A to actually like scroll the thing. I see. Okay, so this makes a little bit more sense already. So it scrolls once every these many frames generated. Then it writes a 19. Okay, scrolls 1 Nintendo 1 pixel every these many frames. Okay, pretty cool. And then this is 19. This is increments the scroll count. It loads OX83 which is 131. And then compares 62. Okay, and 62 is going to be 98. Okay, so essentially, after he had scrolled 98 lines, yeah, after it scrolled 98 lines, that's when it jumps here. Okay, I see. Okay, so it takes 12 times 142. Oops, in a decimal. Pop. 12 times 142 times 2 times 98. This is how many frames it takes to no, this is not the number of frames. No, frames I need to divide by 144. So this is the number of frames that it takes to like scroll, which dividing by 59.7. And what do you mean? What the hell did I click, my guy? No, so it's 12 times 2 times 98 divided by 59.7. What the hell is this NAND button? I'm just literally clicking the little dot thing. The hell? 12 times 2. That doesn't work. 12 times 2 times 98 divided by 60. Fuck you. Okay, so 40 seconds. No, it doesn't make sense. It should be 4. And not 40. Okay, but it's whatever. Okay, it takes 98 scrolls down, 98 lines of scrolling to first play this audio here, which is this one, and then this will try. I mean, this is weird. Okay, because this does this. Gem not 0, x86. Oh, so if this comes as 0, it continues. It's very tough, actually, like to to read assembly. I kind of forgot about it. I mean, I only had to do it in like my bachelor's degree or something. .64 comes in. Okay, so if A is 98, it means we scrolled 98 times. Then jump relative 0 jumps here. If we haven't scrolled 98 times, we load C1 into E, which is 193. Yeah, I mean, I don't understand this loop. I don't understand this loop. Okay, so maybe it only plays the sound here, and here it does like something different. I don't know. Scroll logo up. The hell? Okay, what is FF42? FF42 is a register. What? Does it even say what this is? View port by position. Yeah, then I don't care for any of this. Yeah, fuck all of this crap. I only care about this. Okay, so first things first, we go to FF26, which is this register here. Okay. And we load this into HL. Okay, I'm probably gonna put something like this. So we load this address into HL. Then we load A into that. A will be OX80. So OX80, oops, is gonna be the leftmost bit set to 1. So we essentially write 1 there. Okay. We essentially write 1 there. On it boy, and then it's channel 4, channel 3, channel 2, and channel 1. Okay, so we just enable the audio master control at boot immediately. Okay. Well, actually not there. We do it here. We do it here. And then we decrement HL. So now it's going to be FF25. And we write the same thing on FF25 only. Okay, so we write this there as well. This is gonna be far left. Yeah, I'm just trying to add like labels just so it makes like a little bit easier, you know. This is 2 left. One left. And then all of these are gonna be right. Port 3 to 1. Okay. Pretty cool. And then we also load OX80 into FF0 plus 11. Okay, so what the hell is FF11? It's this. F11, it's this. Okay, so wave duty is these two, and then initial length timer, it's those. Okay, cool. Can I kinda do this? Sure. Something like this. You know? I'm still writing OX80 there, which is just the leftmost bit. So this only sets like the wave duty to 50%. Okay, pretty cool. And then we increment C. And then we write F3 to FF12. Okay, so apparently we actually do all of the setup like right at the start. Okay, so this. Okay, so initial volume is going to be first 4 bits, and then env there, and then sweep base. Okay, pretty cool. Oh, it's actually not here. Hold on. It's here, I guess. Okay, but now I'll put the F3. So F3, it's a 111. Okay, can I copy this? Okay, so it's this. Okay, and then HL, which was FF25, it's now FF24. We're just like jumping back and forth. FF24, which is the volume. I'm not sure about your comment on line 8. Hello, good morning. What do you mean? I think HL is a post decrement. Oh, hold on. Oh yeah, I actually think I messed this up already. Hold on. Yeah, so this is a FF26. But then I only do it here. Okay, so I'm not actually modifying the sound panning. I'm just doing this one here. Right? Yeah. Yeah, I was doing this the wrong way. Okay, thank you. Okay, so this will actually be there. Okay, we'll fix that. Okay, hold on. It's this, on, off. Then this, okay, now this sound good. Oh my god, hold on. 25. And here I'm writing the same value here, I guess. Okay, let me... Hold on. Oi. Okay, are we good now? Ugh, ads. I'll wait. Okay, FF26. I write an 080, which is this. Then FF11. FF11, I write A, which is the same thing. Then this is a FF12, and I write F3. F3 is all ones, 0, 0, 1, 1. Okay, then load edge L minus, which was 26, then it's 25, and I still put the F3 there. Okay, let me know when you are back. Well, you won't be able to hear me. Back from HADS. Hello. Yeah, I was saying thank you, yeah. For some reason, I did this like one line above. I did it like this, one line above, and then I read this and I thought, okay, now I need to decrement HL and do it the same. But yeah, I already moved it to the proper place, so thank you. So do you have experience with the Game Boy? Or you are trying to learn as we go with me? Okay, gel writes A, then it loads 77. And FF24. Okay, it's this. Copy this value here. Okay, so this is a Vin left. I'm gonna make it VL, then left volume. Come on. Then I'm gonna make it VR, and then right volume. Okay, I think this is it. Surely. So these are the things that we need to actually like put in place, you know. Hold on, left volume. Come on. Okay, something like this. No, my first machine was a Z80 based. Okay, I see. Yeah, then it makes sense because they share lots of the same instructions. I mean, I don't know. I believe this is a... Well, not your first time here, because I didn't get the message. But yeah, if you've been following the progress, I mean, we are able to do a bunch of stuff already. I mean, we can play games. So we can like legit play games already, which is pretty cool and all. So yeah, I would say the audio is the last difficult task that I have pending, essentially. Because then I can always like convert these to Game Boy Color and implement more features and blah blah blah. But the audio is the only thing I don't have experience with. So it's proving to be a little bit more difficult. Amstrad CPC 6128. Holy, I've never heard of that. Hold on. Damn. Okay, which year is this from? 85. Pretty cool. I mean, I'm very happy having been born in 1990, although I only had my first PC when I was like 12. But I still think I kinda got it one at the start of the PC era for some reason. But actually, 20 years before me, it was even crazier, you know? It's so cool. so cool. I can smell it from here. But yeah, good morning. 6dbw. Simonot, you'll be able to make VST plugins and all kind of fun stuff once you finish this. Hello, Simonot. Good morning. Why don't people say good morning back? I can smell it from here. Good morning, Verse Warrior as well. I guess because I would get decade-old hardware from smokers. I mean, this is pretty cool. Yeah, I never had like a retro PC like this. The only thing retro that I ever played with was some sort of computer that my aunt had from like 95 or something. But I couldn't tell you which computer it was. I mean, around this time computers kind of always looked like this, so it was something like this. It ran Windows 95 and it also had DOS, and I remember playing the shit out of this game, which is freaking amazing. Yeah, I remember playing this. This was my like first legit retro game that I played when I was like 5 years old or something. And I mean, to be completely honest with you, this looked freaking amazing for 95. I mean, I remember being 5 years old or 6 years old, and this looked like real life, you know? Lotus, the ultimate challenge. I mean, pretty cool. Oh, I remember these menus so much. Maybe I should make a DOS emulator or something. And then try to play Lotus in my emulator. Why not? But that's more a software emulator, not really hardware. But look at this. I mean, it's freaking amazing. Damn. Pretty awesome. Even like add fog. It even had snow. Oof. So good. So good. Okay, we go back. You could tell what the CPU is doing from the speaker noise. Well, yeah, I remember, but again, this was already post 2000. But I remember that whenever we'd get like a phone call at home or on the cell phone or something, like the speakers would like start making some noise. So I would know that my mom was calling me like to check on me every day before the phone started ringing, just because of the interference. I'm sad I missed out on Amiga. That's so much game dev software. I remember my friend got his first PC. It had 2 floppy drives. Damn. Did you play Jazz Jackrabbit? Oh, I did play Jazz Jackrabbit. I did play it. It's actually one of the games that I actually remember the most. Can you close? Thank you. Also, I don't really know why or how, but when I was like 7, 8 years old, more like almost 10, I was at I don't know the term for it, but after school, I would go to some place with more kids, and I had like people taking care of me. It's not like daycare, but for almost teenagers, you know. And there was some sort of like program that we could go to, which essentially made us like every week we would go to I can't even explain what the hell that was, but it was like some sort of cultural, not museum, but like a institution that tried to make us like learn PCs and do like some sort of like technological hobbies. And I remember that whenever we had like PC classes, the actual PC classes would be us playing. Well, not only this, but the PC classes at the end of it, we would get like 10 minutes free time to play Jazz Jackrabbit, and it was freaking glorious. It was freaking glorious. Oh, they launched one in 2017. Damn. I mean, but this was pretty cool. Yeah. I played the shit out of this. All the different ones. No, I didn't play this one. I think I only play like the original one, you know, like this. I mean, this is what I remember having. Not having, but like playing. Just 2, yeah, no. See, like, this doesn't feel like the same thing, you know? This doesn't even feel like the same game. I look at this and I think they kind of ruined it here, you know? Like, these had so much aura, or whatever kids nowadays say. And this just looks kind of meh, you know? Kinda meh. Oh, this one looks already better. Pretty cool. Pretty awesome. Yeah, I remember this. Thank you for the memories. One Must Fall, I don't know. Oh my god, I keep clicking the wrong thing. Because I'm copying on the other PC, and then I move the mouse over and it opens stuff here. One Must Fall. No. Oh, it was like a fighting game. No. I never played this. I think. Maybe I did. No, I don't think I did. Pretty cool. Yeah, but Jazz Jackrabbit, I remember playing with the guys back then. Okay. I could against Super Nintendo. One Must Fall was the only fighting game. I see. Yeah, my first console was the PlayStation 1. Well, it was the Game Boy, the original Game Boy. So this. And then I only got a PlayStation 1, and then a PlayStation 2, and then a PlayStation 5. Between PlayStation 2 and 5, I was only PC gaming, essentially. So yeah, I've never actually like played the classics or on the NES or Nintendo 64 or Mega Drive or anything like that. Unfortunately, like I would like, given the chance, maybe I would have enjoyed being born like 10 years early or something. I don't know. Maybe. Okay. Let's actually try to figure out what the hell this is supposed to do. So here we just enable the APU. Does not affect with RAM. Okay, so the div APU counter always runs. Okay. Okay, I don't care for this one, because I'm just gonna assume that audio here is always turned on. I don't want to disable individual channels because they also don't do it. Well, they will need to toggle them on eventually, you know. Oh no, this is a read only. Oh, well, then this means that the games can actually read from this. So I would need to offer this behavior somehow. What are you using currently to control the speed of emulation? Thoughts and prayers. Nah. um, Thoughts and prayers is not the proper answer. I'm storing how many clock cycles each instruction is supposed to take, you know, and then I'm accumulating however many clock cycles that are supposed to run in one frame, you know, and then I am whenever I do all of the clock cycles for one frame, I check my pacing, you know, I check my pacing if I'm faster or slower. And if my emulation runs faster, then I sleep for the remaining of the time until that frame is finished, essentially. Yeah, it's tied to video frames. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if there's a better way to do this, actually. I mean, probably there is, but... I mean, these runs in real time. Not in real time, but these runs with the same pacing as the Game Boy. So it takes around 5 seconds for it to scroll down, and then 1 second to go from the stopped position into loading the game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's like running at a similar pace as the real one, so it works for me. So, interesting conundrum when you come to audio. Yeah, let me know. Yeah, the audio is guided by the div register, which is like a divider register, which is essentially like a global counter, you know. And whenever I run 64 fake CPU cycles, or whenever I run 64 cycles on Game Boy instructions, I need to tick the audio processing unit once. But I mean, this is getting called tons of times, like each frame, you know, like each frame is like 4 million, and this runs, I don't even know, when is this incremented? Yeah, this is incremented every instruction. But yeah, every 64 instructions, yeah, this is essentially every 64 instructions, not clock cycles. And I tick the audio processing unit once, but I will run tons of instructions per frame in a real-time hardware. So yeah, I mean, I would probably want to have like the audio thread like sleeping at its own pace and stuff, but for now it works. Maybe this will work fine. I mean, probably it's gonna like modify the pitch a little bit, you know, because we will be incrementing and decrementing like the sweeps faster than what they are supposed to be. But that would be it, essentially, I think. No idea. No idea. Okay, back to the scratch thing. Okay, so here I enable audio. Okay. And then I set FF11. Okay, what is this? The wave duty, which is 50% wave duty. And timer is 0. And timer is 0. Then on FF12, I set the initial volume at max volume. This is like 63? No. 1, 2, 4, 8. This is 15. Envelope direction is going to be 0, so this means it's a decrease over time. And the sweep base. Oh, hold on, I already messed this up. It's here. It's this. Okay, so this is actually also modifying like the volume, well, which makes sense because it likes kind of fade out the sound, if I remember correctly. So the sweep base is going to be 3, right? The envelope ticks at 64 Hz, and the channel's envelope will increase every sweep base of those ticks. Okay, so every 3 envelope ticks, we decrement volume once. I guess. Okay. Cool story, bro. Cool story. And then sound panning, which is a FF25. It enables all of the channel left, channel right. I mean, this doesn't matter much because we have 2 channels, but in reality the Game Boy speaker only outputs, it's like mono, and in any case, so the mixer will still like mix this as one. So I don't care for this for now. We'll probably handle these whenever we like support proper headphones or something. I don't know. But for now, I'm just writing everything to both channels. Okay. And then FF24, which is the master volume. Vin left. These work exactly like the beats in NR51. What? They should be set at 0. Whatever. So this is gonna be 1, 2, 4, 7 for this one, and then 7 for this one. Okay, so it's essentially max volume, which decrements yeah, how much each output should be scaled. Let's see. Oh, so it does like 15 times 7. No. Neither is 16 times 8. No, I don't know. Okay, so in any case, this is max volume. We just do a small envelope on the volume, meaning that each 3 envelope ticks we decrease the volume by 1, which means that it will take 45 envelope ticks to fade out the audio. Wave duty is 50%. and everything else is 0 for now. Okay, and then we play the sound. And then we play the sound. Load EA. Holy. Okay, I need to go there. What value do I have? An E. It's 83. 83. So 83 is going to be this, because then I jump to 80. And what value do I have in C again? 13. So this is a FF13. Okay. Oh, so this is only like the, yeah, this is only the bytes, not the bytes, but like the 8 bits of the period, which is going to be this. And this is going to be equal to 131 here. And then I increment C. So it's going to be FF13. 14. Okay, sorry. Right. Here is 13. Then it increments, it's going to be 14. Yes. So this is going to be 14. And this is what I need to do here. Okay, so I actually only trigger this whenever I reach there. I see. Then length enable for 3 bits. No, oh, it's only 1. Holy. Then 5, 4, and 3, nothing. And then period starts on 2. Gotcha. Gotcha. Oh my. Okay, and what value do I put there? OX87. 87, which is gonna be this. No. This. Okay. Whoa, stream. Good morning, TS Trust. How's it going? Yeah, I'm still battling audio. I'm healed again. Oh. Well, maybe it's the pool, you know? Maybe the pool where you go. Maybe people are like pooping inside the pool. Or something. Yeah. Maybe you should refrain from going into the pool. Seems to be. Yeah, I'm sorry to learn that. Is there anything that I can help you with? Anything I can help you with? Okay, this doesn't have anything audio related apparently. This gel is something else. Double up the beats, blah blah blah. Okay. Okay, so apparently, okay, making a small summary of what the hell is happening here. We enable the audio processing unit. We set channel 1 to 50% wave duty, starting at 0. We set max volume, which will take 45 goes to 0 after 45 sweep ticks. So volume starts off at 15, which is gonna take 45 sweep ticks, whatever that means, to grow from 15 to 0. Pound panning we don't care about, maximum volume, whatever. And then this is gonna be the total period. Total period, which is gonna be 111 plus that. Okay, and in binary, delete, paste, equals 1923. That's our period. And here we trigger it, length enable 0. This length enable 0 is kind of odd, because it means that it won't use the length of this. Length enable. All channels can be individually set to automatically shut themselves down after a certain amount of time. Okay, so I'm not setting the channel down, I'm just setting like the volume to 0. Okay. Okay. But only after I do very hard physical exercise. If I don't do physics too hard, being in pool is fine, but only virus this time, not bacteria apparently. 23. What is 23? $1923. Yes. What about it? Thank you for the follow, Mr. 90. And here's confetti for you. Thank you very much. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, my name is Dudezord. I do game dev stuff here on Twitch. I have 3 projects on rotation. I have this one, Gameboy emulator, that I'm building in Rust. I have a different game that I'm building in Unreal Engine with some friends, which is an RTS game. And then I also have a Unity game that I'm developing with another friend, which is a digital version of a board game that he created. And I essentially rotate those projects throughout the week. But yesterday and today are Game Boy days, and then tomorrow I'll probably do a regular schedule stuff, or maybe on the afternoon, depending on how the rest of the morning goes. And this morning we are working on the Game Boy emulator. I'm trying to add audio on it. It's going. I don't know if it's going in the right direction or not, but it's going. So yeah, the plan is to have something like playing kind of as it's supposed to, essentially. So yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. Okay, so this triggers the thing. And then okay, I think I'm kind of confused on what the wave duty actually means in terms of audio, you know? I think that might be what is causing me all of this trouble. Okay, so a wave duty of 50%, it's gonna be this. I mean, this is cool. But this only gives me the amplitude, right? It doesn't give me the frequency. So how do I know which frequency I should go with? You know? Because this duty cycle kind of has a a period of 8. You know, like from a rising edge to the other rising edge. I think it's 8. In every case. So this doesn't change the frequency. So what does? Yeah, because this is only the shape of the wave. So instead of like going smoothly up and then smoothly down, it goes like doop, 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 doop. But I still need to generate the frequency somehow. And that's the part that I'm not getting. Or am I actually supposed to generate that? I mean, it's not this sweep, because this sweep is attached to the volume. Yeah, I actually kind of thought we would have some... that we would do something here with the period sweep, but apparently not. So the pace here will be 0. I think. Period sweep. Yeah. It's like I think this is supposed like to increase the pitch or decrease the pitch over time, which means the frequency. But I don't know how to plug like the frequency in here, you know? Like, okay, so I have an audio here, okay? This is the audio. This obviously has 2 tones to it. Kapling, sure. But they are 2 audios, but they are both being generated from the same channel 1. But they are obviously 2 different frequencies. But I can't figure out where do those frequencies come from. You know? I can't figure it out. I mean, it will obviously, whatever it writes here to E. Okay, so initially E is 83, and then it does something. So it puts, okay, maybe I got it. So on the first iteration, it puts an 83 here. On this guy, FFC. FFC is going to be 13. So on FF13, oh, period. Okay, so the period is what defines the frequency. I don't think I'm using this for anything. Okay, so first I'm gonna write 83 there. Which is that number, which is 83. Okay, and then this is gonna play, and then on the second iteration, I'm gonna write a C1, which is this. Okay, so then I do a... I don't know how long this is, but we'll pretend. But essentially it's gonna call all of the same nonsense here. Only difference being that I put that there. This is gonna be 193 instead. And then the period should be the same. But This should be 1985. Okay, so this changes the period, which changes the frequency. Okay, I see. Such cute close-up reindeer. Oh yeah, you are watching the migration, moose migration, or are you calling me a reindeer myself? Maybe I'm the reindeer. Okay, so it does this for 62 ticks, and then it does this for 64 ticks. Or, I mean, OX64, OX62, OX64. So this is a 98 frames. No, it can't be 98 frames. Because if this would be 98 frames, it would be like 2 seconds here. Yeah, I don't know at which pace this is going. Rainzord, yeah. Dudzo Moose. Dudzo Moose. I still need those freaking emojis. Okay, so this sets the period. This sets the period. And then it triggers with the new period. Okay, so the period is what's gonna drive the... I mean, the distance. Oh man, this is so difficult. Like, I literally cannot understand. Okay, so if period is this, period value, this makes their sample rate equals to Hertz with the resulting... Okay, so what the hell is a sample rate? And why is a sample rate different than a frequency? I mean, this is just like 8 times one or the other. Oh, because the waveform is 8 samples long. Okay, I see. Okay, so the frequency is going to be this number divided by 2048 minus 923. Okay, so the first pitch, or the first sound, the first pating, should start at 1048 Hertz. And then the second one at 2000 Hertz. Okay. Okay. I mean, I don't know if this helps, but okay, okay. We'll trust the process. We'll trust the process. Okay, so apparently the sweep is not doing shit here, meaning that we are not modifying any of this. So hopefully, if I put a breakpoint there, nothing ever happens here. Okay, good job. So we are not actually doing anything here, meaning that we are not modifying the period there. Now, okay, this is the volume envelope. When is this like actually legit like enabled? Oh, it's legit enabled since the start. Is it though? Initial volume 15. Oh. I mean, but this isn't supposed to be enabled yet, is it? This isn't supposed to be enabled yet. Tick envelope sweep. I mean, this should only get triggered if the channel is itself enabled. But if we... Okay, let me close all of this stuff. But if we scroll up, we are actually only enable the channel here. So the channel starts disabled. Okay, so this shouldn't do it right at the start. Okay. I mean, not that this is doing much, because this is only modifying the volume that I'm not using for anything. But yeah. So if self.channel.1.enabled, if it's enabled, we do this. Okay, and now hopefully it should only enter here whenever it actually bloop, gets there. Cool. So now it starts like decrementing stuff. So self.volume starts at oh, this only gets called once. The hell? Oh, because I removed the breakpoint. Dumb. Okay, so the volume starts at 0. The hell? What do you mean? Oh, right. Because whenever I enable this, I should set self.volume equals self.initial volume. Got it. Check trigger, control. Oh, but this is the volume of the envelope. No, but I mean, it should be this. Or is this initial volume also set to 0? Maybe. Self.volume.initial volume is set to 0. Okay. So I guess I will need to do this. Hold on. Volume register. Oops. Okay, I deleted code. I shouldn't have deleted code. What's this? Self.volume.initial volume equals that. And then I also set the volume to that. Okay. Okay, this should mean, hopefully, that this should play for 15 ticks, whatever ticks mean here. You know? So initial volume is 15, volume is 15, and 1. No, something odd happened there. Okay, I feel like things are not being called at the pace they are supposed to be called. You know? Let me see. So initial vol is 15, pace is 3. Pace is 3. So every 3 ticks, I should decrease once. So counter is okay. Pace is 3, counter is 1. So this shouldn't do anything. Counter is 2, this shouldn't do anything. Counter is 3. I reset the counter and the volume is now 14. And I reset the counter to 0. Pace is still 3. 1, 2, 3. The hell? Why did it reset? Oh, it probably did reset because it's the second trigger. Ain't it? Yeah, so this is running way outpaced. I think. I hope. I legit hope that's the issue. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so this gets called 3, 4. Gets called 4 times or 5 times. Okay. So this is getting called way few times. Tick envelope, div module 8. No. What do I want to do here? Okay, I think I kinda need to figure out, I mean, this tick length, I'm not even sure if this should be getting called. I mean, this sound length shouldn't be getting called because length enable, well, self.channel channel 1 dot enabled. Self.channel 1 dot enabled. I only take its length if it's enabled, and self channel 1 dot length enabled. Hold on. Not that it matters that much, but I shouldn't be modifying these ever. And because I have length enable set to 0, I shouldn't be doing that ever. So this is the trigger, this is the length. Duty cycle register. Self.timer. What? Oh, right. Self.length enabled equals true. Else length enabled false. Bull. Yes. Length enabled false. Okay, and I only do this if length enable is also enabled. Okay, which means that this should never trigger now. Hopefully. Cool. It never triggers. It never triggers. Okay, so let me think. Oh, tick frequency sweep dot tick. Hello, American. Good morning. Still suffering through the Gameboy audio implementation. Still suffering through it, but I mean, we will do it. We will be successful eventually. Eventually. No cap for real. No cap for reals. I mean, in this case, the sweep is disabled. You know, because space will be 0. So this doesn't matter that much. This doesn't matter that much. Because space will be 0, so we'll never enter here. But then we have the volume stuff here. With duty, sweep pace, 3 ticks, 64 Hz. I mean, is this proper? The envelope ticks at 64 Hz, and the channel's envelope will be increased or decreased every sweep pace of those ticks. Setting of 0 disables the envelope. Okay, so this should be called 64 times a second. That's what the Hertz means. So this should enter here 64 times. And on those 64 times, a second, if the audio, where is it? Hold on. Like this channel volume goes after 45 sweep ticks, which means that the audio should play for 0.7 seconds. Okay, let's validate this. Let's validate this. How do I want to do this? Audacity. Oh, whenever I open Audacity, like the sound gets so freaking weird. Okay. Back to normal. Okay, it should be 0.7 seconds. Kinda. Okay? 0.7 seconds. More like 0.8 for some reason, but yes. Okay, why? No. Because I do 2 ticks there. So it does like the first fade out and then like slightly fade out and then it resets everything because of the second trigger. Right? Like this will play for how many ticks it is. The cat is being annoying again. I don't know what it wants. What it wants. It has been like this every single day. I think he wants to go outside, but I cannot let him go. Okay, so I think that this is actually kind of fine. Okay, where's the audio thing again? Okay, it plays these for 62 whatever. Okay, so it plays the first sound for 62 whatever ticks they are. Okay, let's see what type of wave. Oops, this doesn't work. I need to kill it here. What type of wave are we currently generating? Okay, so currently we are generating. Hold on. Oh boy. This control scheme is weird, you know, very weird. Okay, and we put the audio wave here. Obviously it doesn't start from the start because why should it? Okay, can I actually move this to the start? Trim items, nudge, reverse, glue, move. I just want you at the start of the thing, my guy. Oh. Oh, there it goes. Go, go, go. Go, go, Power Rangers. Okay. Okay. So it's still rendering the same thing. Right click on the empty space to remove it. Maybe. I'll try it next time. Oh my god. Okay. But I mean, this looks slightly better. I just wanted it to like not Whenever I scroll this, I want it to not move outside. Okay. Nothing changed still. Okay, what we want to do is we actually want to generate these like very, very, very quickly, which is currently not happening. We are using this period divider. Okay, hold on. The period divider. Which we are using on this channel 1.tick. I kind of want to validate how fast this counts, you know? Because that might be the issue. Maybe this tick should be handled elsewhere. Because I probably want to do this divider here, but actual... I mean, I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. Okay, how do I actually do this? I mean, I did change these cycles divided by 4 for some odd reason. Tick div. Look at this beautiful rust. Look at this amazing rust. self.waverrider.asref.unwrap.lock .unwrap.take .unwrap.finalize.unwrap. I love it. I love it. Okay, so I already know that this is getting called like the 48,000 times a second, which is the sampling for the file that we are outputting. So that is correct. But what that means is that this self.sample kind of needs to change a ton of times a second as well. You know? Because if I were to put in this thing here. Okay, can I actually... How can I align this? Oh, like this. Okay. But, okay, you see the issue? Whenever I'm doing this like every once in a while, I need to go. But we already validated that this is generating all of the proper samples. So the only thing that we actually need to do is make sure that this self.sample varies a ton. Varies a ton. We already learned that whatever is this the thing? No, but sample is only the amplitude, so I shouldn't put the frequency there. I should, if anything, only put the value, right? But what I want to make sure is that every goddamn ticks that this gets called on, the wave like changes essentially. So this is essentially like an up counter. You know, when we reset self.period divider to this, to the value of the period, which I think this is proper, you know, like I take the first 3 bits of it, I left shift it 8, and then I do a bitwise OR with the lower ones, because FF13 is 8 bits, and then F14 only uses the first one. I mean, technically I don't even need no, I need it because period high is U16. I see. But I mean, this should be correct. Okay, what is the value for period? 1923, which we already validated that is the number that we should get. Okay. And then period divider. Counts from 923 to 248. Okay. So does this mean that I should only tick the waveform here whenever I do this? Like, should I only move the waveform here once? Because I'm doing the tick here. So on every tick I'm generating this waveform. Not generating, but every tick I'm incrementing the internal index. Should I only do this tick here? Because if not, why do I need the period divider? Because I think that this way I'm not using the period divider for anything, you know? Yeah, the way that I have this plug, period divider is just counting, but it's not doing anything. The period divider is a up counter. Each time it is clocked, its value increases by 1. When it overflows, its value is set from the contents of the period. This means it treats the value in the period as a negative number, blah 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 blah. The higher the period value in the register, the lower the period and the higher the frequency. The higher the frequency. The higher the frequency. Okay, so this means that I should change the wave faster here. Well, I don't know, because here I'm doing it every single tick. I mean, I don't think this is going to change anything, but we'll see. We'll see. Can I like really move this, please? Oh my god. I really don't understand this editor. And start, roll, shift. Nope. Bro, can you move? I'm just clicking at random. Okay, can I scroll you? How do I scroll this guy? Like this. Okay. Okay, let's put the new audio file. Okay, how do I actually put it right at the start? Visual spacer, remove space before tracks. No. Move spacers. My guy. Oh my god. This is really not that easy to use. Okay. Does anyone know how to actually remove the time at the start for this freaking thing? I mean, I could do it like this, but okay, whatever I changed here didn't change the thing, which is weird. Which is weird. Okay, whenever I get the first tick, what is self.period divider? 9024. Where is the value of period? 9023. Oh, right. And 7F is 2047. Okay, so this should get like called a bunch of times. Sample is 0. And then I only call these whenever it's that and value is 0.5. Okay. This is stuff. I mean, I don't think we are doing anything incorrectly. I think that we are just not calling things as fast as they are supposed to be called, you know? I think that's essentially the issue that we have right now. This dot tick calls the period divider, but I only call a new sample whenever this happens. So if anything, this dot tick is not getting called like all the times it should. Do I need to call this tick on the actual regular audio thread? Okay, I need to put like a counter here or whatever.
Get up to burn, stand with the pride, ever feel your desire.
Counter is going to be a U32. Not that it matters. Okay, we need to figure out what the hell this space here is. I mean, I do have the sample clock. Do I need to use this sample clock inside there? Maybe I need, because it's actually attached to the sample of my computer. So maybe that's what I need to plug in somehow. Okay. $48,000. I'm just trying to figure out. Okay, so this is actually getting called around 1 million times a second. Okay, so this function is getting called around, circa. What's the freaking signal? It's a million, right? It's a million. Okay, so if this is getting called a million times a second, why does my wave look like shit? And I mean, I do believe this is getting called like the proper amount of times, by the way. Yes, just. The pulses channel period dividers are clocked at 1,048,556 Hertz. So, in theory, all of this shit is working, you know? So, this should be getting called at this pace, around 1 million times. Like, this internal tick. But, for some freaking reason, this value is not like changing as fast as it should. And then this self.sample is what I'm actually outputting here. I legit do not know. Like, I would love to know what the hell is wrong with this. It kinda seems it's getting called at the proper rate. So, good job me. But this needs to change way faster. This needs to change way faster. Oh, even have like zoom. in here. Okay, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Oh my god. But, you know, this needs to change way faster. It should go very quickly. And it's not very quickly. It's just doop, boop, doop, boop, doop, boop. And I don't know why. And I don't know why. Because apparently okay, can I actually get like calculate the hertz of this somehow? Why is GPT-5.5 not available in codecs through ChatGPT account yet? Well, skill issue. It's a skill issue. 3,000 billion skill issue. 5.5. Maybe you need to update codecs. Maybe the auto update is not updating. Can you run a prompt? Yes, it works. I used it yesterday. Hi, hey, TS Just. See? It works. Extra high. Using tokens. Burning a forest just to tell you hi. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I don't know what's wrong with this. I just don't know what's wrong with this. Like, if this is getting called 1 million times a second, and these resets every 120 calls here, you know, 1,000 times a million, and this gets called 120 hertz, or this is gonna tick once every 120. It should mean that each second I should be moving on my wave 8,000 times, which if I divide by 8 is 1,041, which is probably like the frequency or something, you know. It's freaking weird. It's freaking weird. Glitch in the matrix behind you. Oh, am I tilted? Probably I'm tilted. Yeah, if I like tilt here, it like shows. Yeah. I kind of regret having like the... Well, not regret, but I will probably remove it from the share. So it's not attached to the chair, so I can actually like roll around. But we need to put it in some sort of tripod or whatever. Fancy, yes. Okay, so this is taking every 120 calls of this. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, what happens? Okay, what happens if I do? Let's try something fun. Okay, let's try something fun. Do I have even like random stuff here? No. Import. Random is unstable. Well, shut up. What do you know? Okay, what does this actually like get me? Just a number between what and what? Who the hell knows? Okay, let's see what does this get us. Oh, needs to be the other random. Okay. Okay, what happens if I call these and I generate a new number like a million times a second? Surely, surely I should have all sorts of spikiness happening. Oh, it kind of like updated every single one of them. I see. But like, see the issue? Like, this is not working. Oops. Delete track. Delete track. But see, like, this is not working properly. It should be generating them like even smaller or even more drastically. So what the hell is wrong with this? What the hell is wrong with this? Rust is too slow to handle sound. No, like this is getting called a million times a second. Yeah, I don't know. Is this exiting here for some reason? More often than not. Okay, hold on. Let mute a equals 0, a plus equals 1. Okay. Okay, so this only actually gets called or only stops at that breakpoint there. And when does this get disabled? It doesn't. Okay, so this is not the issue. I don't think I'm modifying the period ever. So I don't know what the hell is wrong with this. Oh, hold on. Yeah, I just saw that you sent a bunch of messages. Glitch in the matrix behind you. Green skin is attached to the chair. Fancy. Fun. Woohoo. Resident sleeper. I'm too sleepy still. Or she's too slow to handle sound. Yeah. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. Because obviously this is like, I should be generating. Okay, so the wave file is expecting 48 samples a second. Okay, 48 samples a second. So currently this is getting called around 1 million times a second, but then it has like the wave stuff and whatnot. But these should be generating 1 million values a second, random values in a second. But the weird part is that it generates one value, like it generates one value here, and then it outputs that value for a ton of samples. When in reality, it should generate one here, another here, another here, another here, you know? Like this should be incredibly spiky, and it isn't. And I don't know why. I don't know why. Because if I'm generating this, okay, and I close this, see? Looks like a city city landscape or something. I mean, it's cool, but it's not what I want. But this is getting called 1 million times a second. I don't know. Like, I legit do not know. So if sample is being updated, because the issue is this, if sample is being updated 1 million times a second, if we check where it's used to be returned to the sampling of the actual audio file, which is this. So whenever this output happens, it should be reading a value from this sample here, you know? But this sample here should be updating 1 million times a second. This call right here should be happening 48,000 times a second, which means that we should still be getting like new samples every freaking time. But I don't know why. It's just not working. Like, it's legit just not working. I mean, let me see. These are all very like incredibly paced. So I wonder, like, I don't know. Okay, what happens if I put a breakpoint there? What the hell is this? Okay, so this output channel, for some reason, is expecting 2000 samples here. Oh, and this is locked. This is locked in here. So because this is locked, this is going to write the same sample every time. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Yeah, I wonder if I actually need to pass in like the actual sample rate at which I call stuff here. Because this output sound for some reason is expecting a build output stream is for some reason expecting 2000 samples. So my theory is, which might be wrong by the way, but my theory is that entire section of data. Oh. Hold on. What did I mess up? Run helper, buff writer. It's because of the file or something. Process cannot be. Oh, it says like the file is open elsewhere. Okay, I have like a Gameboy process or something that didn't die. No. Okay. Should I just open Reaper again? Okay, Reaper. No, I don't want to initialize the audio, thank you. Okay, let me generate the audio file again. Oh, hold on. I actually think I know. And this is gonna be very dumb. Where am I getting the sample from, sir? Here. Yeah, I actually think I need to call it here. I actually think I need to call it here. I think that's the entire issue. Early lunch. Nice. Well, it's like almost 2 p.m. there, no? Aren't you like 2 hours into the future than me? No, it's only 1 hour. Damn, okay. Aren't you going for lunch? No. You said you were gonna call it here. Oh. Yeah. Funny. Much fun. Very well. Okay. Does this like work now? Please, like, just do something. Oh, okay. So it kinda now... No, it looks like the exact same shit as before. What the fuck? Why? Why do you need to do this? So I actually thought that this would be getting the updated sample. Okay, so my theory is, I think this is running multi-threaded, you know? Oh, you were talking code, yeah. I need to call it this line here. Apparently not. Apparently that's not the reason. But my theory is that this output sound thing, it's its own actual thread, you know, like the library that I'm using for outputting audio, it's creating like an audio thread so it doesn't get stuck with the CPU. And this is getting called like a ton of times. Okay, not the 48,000 times, but like 40 times a second or something, because every time it gets called, it expects me to output like a bunch of stuff into this buffer. And this is running in a separate thread. So what I thought was happening was maybe I'm getting, okay, let me see if I can explain myself properly. Okay, let's see if this actually like works. Hold on. What I think might be happening is that because this is writing like 2000 samples inside, if I do this, I'm only getting the sample value once, and then I'm writing it 2000 times. So what I thought I would need to do is, okay, cool, let me move this inside here, so that now every time it iterates over this nonsense, it grabs a new sample, and then it should do something different, but looks the same. Looks the same, so nah, that wasn't it. Come on. Oh my god. Can you like move to 0? Thank you. Okay, so now I wanna check this. What happens if I put it more onto the outside? You know? And I'll call it audio 3. I'll put it here. And like, see, it actually like didn't make any difference, which is the weird part. So even having it here or here or here doesn't make a difference, which I wouldn't expect it. You know, I wouldn't expect this to be the case. I mean, no, I know what you mean. It looks different because I'm generating random numbers now, but the thickness, like the period of each block, is still the same, and it should be very, very different. Okay, let's it's just because changing at this pace, it's easier to like to see what's happening. Okay, let's try this test again. Let's try this test again. So we'll do the ultra outside one now first. Okay, ultra outside one. Which this is not how it's supposed to go, by the way. Audio outside both outside loops. Outside loop. Okay, so this looks like this. And then if I put it here, and here is where I think it should live in every time. Okay. This is where I think it should live every time. Inside one. Okay, in terms of like thickness of the signals, like it's kind of like it's the same thickness. Like you couldn't say that it's different. I don't think it's different. I think it's the exact same. And if I do it in super inside, super ultra inside, then it should change like even faster. So outside the blocks should be thicker, then here it should be intermediate, and then here it should change like very fast. And spoiler alert, it's not gonna change very fast. Kind of starts like this. Audio inside both. But like, see how the thickness is always the same independently of what I do here? Like that's messing up with me. Because it means that this sample that I'm passing here, it's not updating as fast as I thought it would. Hey Dudezord, did you remember which basketball game it was yet? No. I'm waiting for finishing the audio, and then we will do that. Probably next week. But essentially, I will download a bunch of ROMs, and then I'll try all of those ROMs one by one, and maybe we'll figure it out. Random isn't random enough, and for a period of time you're getting the same random. Nah. If I'm calling random a million times a second, which is what's happening, I should see spikes. Like all of these thick columns, they should be like very thin. They should be incredibly spiky, you know? They should be as spiky as this. You know? Here the last one is how, okay, the first one is how I would expect the random numbers to variate, like very fast. And they aren't. And because they aren't, the sound sounds like shit, essentially. But yeah, I mean, it's weird. Because I'm locking it here. And I'm passing it in. Oh, do I actually need to like do a clone here? No. Or maybe a let audio data equals audio data dot clone or something. Like I already know it's gonna be one of these like nonsense stuff. Nah. Nah. I mean, I don't freaking know. I don't freaking know. Can't you read real values from somewhere? That's not the point right now. The point is these random numbers should be generated very, very fast, like the top thing. Like, do you see how small like the wave is? How thin? This should be generated at 1 million hertz, essentially. And they're being generated at, I don't even know. Well, I can play one. You are not gonna like this. Yeah. Fun. I don't know if you guys heard this even, but I heard it. It sounded like absolute shit. What the hell is this? Can I remove this, please? Remove time selection, thank you. Yeah, it was weird. Starting to look like a waveform now. Nah, these are all random numbers. These are all random numbers. This is not actual data. Do we actually think that the random number generator is this bad? I mean, maybe you are right, no? Why not? Maybe you are. Maybe you are. Okay, I'm gonna put a random counter here. 32. Okay, and then I'm gonna do self.counter. Plus equals 1. If self.counter is greater than 1,000, a million. Because I know this is getting generated at a million. And I will prove it to you. F32s. Well, I could just literally do this at a million. Do self.counter equals 0. Cool. And then I do counter, self.counter divided by a million. Okay, this is getting called 1 million times per second. So we should see like a linear from 0 to 1. Like, yeah, a line, like a smooth increasing line from 0 to 1, taking 1 second. That's my theory. That's my theory. We'll find out if my theory is right or wrong. But yeah, maybe the random it's just not fast enough. Okay, so see what I mean? So this is doing something. And it takes around 1 second. You know, because I'm like freaking smart. You know, it starts at, okay, if I move these. Oh my god, can you fucking stop? Oh, I cannot actually do that. Okay, can I actually do like a selection from somewhere? Bro, Okay, so this is a... I don't even know. But see, this is kind of 1 second, you know? This is 1 second. So this takes 1 second, which is my expectation. Okay? But I don't know what the fuck is happening. Like, it shouldn't have this weird... I don't freaking know. It sounds cool though. Starting to look like waveform now. There should be as many points per second as your sampling frequency, right? The wave file is outputting, or is expecting 48,000 samples, but that it's managed automatically by the library that I'm using to generate the wave file. But I am modifying this self.sample a million times. Okay, I'm doing it a million times. So my expectation is that if I'm modifying this a million times, then whenever I get the 48,000 samples, they're gonna be very, like, incredibly spiky, as this thing right here is, you know? But they are not. They are like very thick and girthy. But I don't want thick and girthy. Yeah, it was weird. Can you print the first 10 random numbers you generate and confirm they are random and not 10 times the same number? I can. Self.sample.random equals random. If self.counter is less than 10, print random is... Come on, we can do this. Self.sample. What's wrong with this? Oh. Else. Panic. Pum 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 pam 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 pam. Okay, they are not 10 times the same number. Just use incremental numbers instead, or a sawtooth or something. Don't forget, modest. I don't know what I said regarding the modest. Ah, yeah. You probably have some snapping mode enabled. You guys wrote so much. Gaps between samples look so big. Yeah. It's not between samples, that's the issue. Like, hold on. That's not the samples. Okay? Like, if I put this shenanigan thing here, where I'm now generating a random number every time. Pating! Good job. And I open it in Audacity. And I open this. Although this looks like a city skyscraper, I have all of the fucking samples in there. The thing is that it's writing the same sample a bunch of times when it shouldn't, because this value is being modified fucking million times a second. But I'm only writing 48,000 times. So I don't fucking know what's wrong. But there shouldn't be two samples with the same value. Because from one sample to the other, I'm doing like 25 random number generations, you know? How are you so far behind, chat? Because you guys type so fucking much. Like, stop typing. No, I'm just kidding. Was that line smooth or it had steps on? Difficult to say. Because these guys also, like, they put their own smoothing, you know? Okay, let's try this now. Okay. And then we open it here. I mean, it's fairly difficult to actually know what the hell is going on here, you know? But I mean, the scale is so tiny that I don't know if these two are the same or not. Maybe I could do something like this. Oh, we banned someone. Holy fuck, I didn't even see it. Why are you like this? Size. No, bro. Hold on. Okay, see, like, this kind of looks smooth, you know? So, I don't fucking know. Was that line smooth or that stepped on? So does every 48th get put into the wave? Are you so far behind, chat? I'm even more behind chat now. Fucking hell. The samples are all there, but all identical in blocks. Yes. It's like quantizing. ATI with a passion. Fuck AI. Check if quantization is turned on in your lib. It isn't. Crazy how sometimes that fits in a big jacket pocket that does stuff a few million times. Crazy how something that fits in a big jacket pocket does stuff a few million times a second. Yes. Well, the CPU runs at 4 million cycles, so yeah. Day to day, blah blah blah, got banned. GG. You may want to bring Seribot into the channel. Nah, it's fine. I have Simonot and Elgardia. They can handle it. That's why they are being paid the big bucks, you know? You are literally 5 minutes behind, chat. Yeah, because I keep talking about this stuff. Hello, I enjoy this joystick Gameboy emulator in Rust. Audio is hard, I need an adult content. Yes, I'm artist. Would you like my emote services? Yeah, that happens a lot. That wasn't a check. I don't know what that referred to. Can we get an error on sound when you are 25 minutes behind, chat? No. Okay. Why do I know this shit is not quantized? Well, because I'm smart. And for some reason, if I do this, it kind of works. If I generate a sine wave, you know, if I generate a sine wave, it freaking works. You see? Do you see what I see? So something about this self.sample is freaking wrong. But this is changing a fucking million times a second. That much I can guarantee you. Well, it's actually 1,048,000 blah blah blah. How do I know this? Again, read the documentation. this. This is the tick thing for the channel. 1,048,576. Hence the 1 million. Can we get... okay, so why would a scene work but a basic increment not? If I knew the answer, this would have been solved by now. But my theory... I don't know what my fucking theory is. But this should be getting called 1 million times, you know? This should be getting called 48,000 times. I don't know, my guy. Okay. What can I do? What can I do here to convince you that this thing is it's working? Print ln APU ticks at 1 million hertz. This should log each second. Okay. This should log each second. And here I'll need like some sort of different counter. Okay, I'll need a second counter. I'll create the best counter called counter 2. You know? I mean, maybe my assumption is wrong. Maybe I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. And essentially, if this is a 48,000 counter 2, wave updates at 48 kilohertz, and this should print it each second. Okay, that's the plan. That's the plan. Let's see if this works. So every second we should get 2 logs here. Maybe. Okay, this feels like it's updating way too much. Hold on. Because I moved this outside. Yes, here. So, see? This is counting 1 each second. And they are counting 1 each second. So my assumption is correct. Why the fuck doesn't it work? I don't know. I do not know. So yeah. I don't know. These freaking numbers, they are 1 million numbers a second. These freaking numbers, or whatever this is called, it's returning this self.sample 48,000 a second, which means that this self.sample should change like 25 times before getting returned here. But yeah, it's not. I wonder if random can even generate that many numbers. We already output this, and it outputs numbers, different numbers every time. Are you saving the data that fast too? It's writing it to a buffer and then it generates the file at the end. But I'd concentrate on standard incremental, since the sim seems to work. Yeah, because this sim doesn't rely on this self.sample stuff. But okay, let me do this. Self.sample equals minus self.sample. So this should like spike. If self.sample equals 0, self.sample equals 1. Okay, so these should like spike a million times, you know, like and I'm not writing these elsewhere. Okay, I'm not writing this elsewhere. So this is just gonna plus 1 minus 1 a million times a second. Surely, you know, surely this is gonna work. It's this one. See how crappy this looks? Like I don't even know. Okay, let me read this again. Those look like fast 1 seconds. I wonder if random can even generate. Are you saying the data that fast too? Scene, sawtooth style, we call that a sawtooth in the biz. Similar density to last time too, those blocks. Yeah. So these blocks here have the same like thickness, you know, as previously. So this number, although it's changing very, very fast, it's like getting locked by something. Like it's weird. It's almost as if, although I'm changing it here, the value that I have here is not the value that changed. Is the value that I have like locked a bunch of time before. But the weird part is that I don't know. I don't fucking know. I would like to. I don't know. I don't know. Dividing an integer anywhere? What does it mean? What do you mean by dividing an integer? I divided by sample rate equals whole number output. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. Because like the weird part is, I'm pretty sure that if I do the thing here, it's gonna probably work, you know? But this only updates 48,000 times. See? Like, this worked beautifully. See, it like starts at 0 and then it's like, which is pretty cool. But why doesn't it work this? If this is, you know? Are the samples 16-bit or 32, or they are all F32s? So I'm outputting a float. See, outputting a float. This value is a float, and then I write it there. Well, ignore this 0 here, okay? This 0 is what's making you not hearing the thing. Because if I disable this, you are gonna leave stream immediately. But I'm writing this value to the file, which is the audio.wave file. So yeah, like something is weird here. That's what I can say. Okay, maybe if I don't know. It's almost as if I were getting like a wrong. Almost as if I was getting like a wrong copy of this, you know? Okay, does this even run? I'm pretty sure this is going to be like something very, very stupid, by the way, but I'm pretty sure about it. Audio data lock. This is a mutex. And the mutex just makes it... This mutex just ensures that I don't use the same data, or that I like wait between one and the other. So I don't know. Does it work if I do this? Maybe I shouldn't pass a reference. I don't know. No, still looks like shit. I really don't know. I really don't know. Yeah, if anyone has an idea, please, please help. Please help. I wonder if maybe I shouldn't have it like that way, you know? Maybe I should have it like this way. Or I'm just locking it like very... for a tiny bit. I don't know. Because this will give a... No, still the fucking same. What the data in the buffer looks like before you write it. What does the data in the buffer looks like before I write it? Well, I don't know what to answer to that, but it's this, you know? It's whatever we see here. It's zeros and ones, or minus ones and ones. This is the data that we are getting in the buffer. Like the writing of the file is correct. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's gonna be something very, very stupid, you know? It's gonna be something incredibly stupid. Like, what is the difference between this and this? And am I getting like a different audio data source? No, I cannot. Ask AI, we need to see. For fuck's sake. Is it because at some point when you write the data, you are writing an old value and it only updates at a certain rate, causing those steps? I think that's what's happening, but I don't know why. I don't know why that is happening, because we already validated. Okay, I'm gonna just comment one at a time. Okay, so this. So we already validated. Okay, this needs to be mutable. Sorry, because I did revert some code, so now I need to fix this. Mute audio data. No, I want this. Okay, we already validated that APU is ticking at 1 million hertz. You know? Tuck, 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 tuck. So this part here is fine. So we are changing that sample. Where is it? I lost it. So I'm changing this value a million times, you know? I'm changing this value a million times. Just switching back and forth. But my expectation is that it would generate something like this, which will be minus 0.5, 0.5, minus 0.5, 0.5, like very, 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 very quickly, you know? Like the first thing we have here. But it doesn't do it for some reason. Okay? And we are changing this 1 million times a second. But then we have... so this is my code running. This is like the audio processing unit running. And it's modifying this self.sample a million times. But then I have this code here, which is called from the audio library that I use, which essentially tries to use the value. Okay, it tries to use the value that I have calculated here and output it at 48,000 times a second. So I'm just gonna do this here. So we should get a different log saying wave updates at 48 kilohertz. Okay, so we are getting like a log into the console. Because it runs at 1 million, okay? That's the clock cycle of it. That's the clock cycle of it. I'm not making numbers, like it literally says here. These things are clocked at 1,048,576 hertz times per second. That's what that means. So that part is correct, okay? But we also validated that this is getting called 48,000 times a second. But if I change the value here, which I'm doing, the value looks like this, like blocky, okay? And it changes 1 million times. But if I change the value every time I sample, which is 48k, then it looks how it's supposed to look. You know, like very incredibly spiky. And this is what I want, by the way. I want to have this spikiness here, but with modifying the value here 1 million times. And I don't know why it's just not doing it. When you print... Okay. Is it because at some point when you write the data, you are writing an old value? It only updates at a certain point rate, causing those steps? But the frequency at which I'm updating the value is faster than the frequency at what I'm generating the file, you know? So it should be incredibly spiky, but the value should be there. Why 1 million, not just for 48k? When you print the first 10 numbers earlier, were those the first 10 on the 1 million loop, or the first 10 calls? They were the first 10 here, on the 1 million loop. So we called random 10 times on this 1 million loop, and all of the 10 numbers were different. You know, I mean, if I were to do here this, so if I do this 48,000 times, let's see how this looks. But it looks like this, okay, like very, very spiky, which is what I want, by the way. Like, I really, really want it to be this spiky. This is the data. Spiky. But for some odd reason that I don't know why, if I put that random there instead, it generates like randomly, but blocky. I don't know. I do not know. I mean, I'm gonna bite the bullet and I'm gonna ask ChatGPT or Codex or whatever this is called, by the way. I will. But I don't know. Let's see what they say. Print self.sample on the sample loop. Hello, EQX. How's it going? Is sample a proper atomic? They are behind the ARC. So yeah, it's an atomic reference counted, blah blah blah. So the entire structure is behind an atomic. I mean, I'm gonna ask it. Well, YOLO. Hello. I need help. Okay, what should I tell it? My queer channel dot sample gets called 48 kilohertz in sync with the frequency of wave file. My square channel.tick is called as should APU be. For some odd reason, if I change self.sample, if I set.sample on tick, the resulting waveform is very blocky. As if the number only updated. I see that you are sending messages, but let me interact with Mr. ChatGPT. But you can't mutate arc. It's a arc mutex. So I need to lock into the arc. Just makes it thread shareable, right? But then it's a mutex inside. So I'm locking onto the mutex. But even with the locking of the mutex, tick is getting called 1,000,000 times a second. Sample is getting called 48,000 times a second. I'm modifying the value here 1,000,000 times a second, but whenever I'm getting the value here, it's not changing. Are you copying and replacing the struct every time? Otherwise, the value itself needs to be an atomic. I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean. So I'm creating this mutex, arc mutex, to this struct here. Okay. And then I create a self-data.clone, which I pass to the audio library thread that it's gonna use this just to read values from it, you know? It's gonna read values and it's gonna like print numbers there. Yes. And oh, maybe I should pass this audio data inside and do it inside there. Maybe. But yeah, I'm cloning arc once. This instance is going to be used to outputting the wave file, okay? And then I have this other function called step, which does the same thing, creates a clone from arc, and it just modifies it internally. This is called 1,000,000 times a second. This is called 48,000 times a second. This just reads data. This modifies data. But the 1,000,000 modification is not working. Holy Rust lines. Isn't this lovely? Like, I love this. Look at this. It's so beautiful. Okay, I have one theory, which is maybe instead of locking here, yeah, that would make sense. Because here then I'm grabbing the same value. Instead of locking here, I could pass audio data inside. Yeah, I think this is the issue. Hold on. Expected, blah, 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 found out arc mutex. Okay, so I actually think this needs to be the arc mutex audio data here. And then need to do this. Okay, what are you complaining about? Cannot move out of. Yeah, fuck you too. Let audio data equals audio data dot clone. I think this is gonna work. I think this is gonna work. Okay, yeah, this is gonna work. Yeah, I think I was just locking the thing way too soon. And when I lock it, yeah. Better. Kinda better. Not perfect though, but kinda better. Um, okay, let's see this. Let's hit more in the sample loop. See, it's fucking blocky again. Like, why is it blocky? It should be like this. Okay. If I do this. I mean, this looks better. This kind of looks in sync with these small ones, you know? Sometimes, at least. So this is an improvement for sure. Whoops. Vibe off, yeah. That's why I've been. That's why I'm not outputting the audio. Okay, you told me that I could put it more inside. Maybe. I don't know, this is freaking weird. Because now I don't think this is gonna change the frequency I want it to change. Maybe. I don't freaking know. Now this will work. This looks pretty. This is starting to look like something. This is starting to look like something. Okay, so if I do this now. See, but now it's fucking blocky again. Why is this freaking blocky? I don't know why this is blocky. It should be like the run as holes. You are dropping samples. I'm not doing random stuff. I'm actually doing like proper math. And I'm not dropping samples because if instead of returning the sample, well, but this is gonna generate this here. Never mind. Dropping samples. Tick. Increments by 1. I don't know. I'd assume it doesn't run 48 kilohertz anymore. Why? Well, I can output a sine wave and we'll see. Yeah, sine wave. It's all there. So no dropperino. Even with the... I mean, it's modifying stuff there, like the sample clock stuff, so... It's still using the mutex, but it's not dropping nothing. So now I would say that there's probably a logic issue. Now I would say there's a logic issue. Ay, ay, ay. But I mean, it's still weird. This is still freaking weird. Because I don't even understand like this logic here, like how this shows, you know? Because this waveform, if my memory serves me right, we should be getting like the 50% mark on the waveform every time. See? Like duty cycle, it's this. So whatever we get here should be a bunch of ones, same number of zeros, same number of ones, same number of zeros. But it doesn't look like that at all. Good afternoon, Bjornen. Any progress with the sound? I did write code. Now, is the code that I wrote correct? Who knows? Who knows? But I mean, my expectation would be that so there are two frequencies, okay? So there's one frequency. Oops. How do I do this? Well, I'm checking the top of the thing. Hold on. Come on, stop, please. Oh my. This is so difficult, like, to navigate. Which is crazy. Okay, but here you can kind of see it. So there's this first frequency here that plays for 0.17 seconds. So here I should have on off on off on off on the last one. Okay, so these ones they can go fuck themselves. I don't need these ones. But inside this block, the second lane should be on off on off on off because it's 50%, you know, so it should be good. But for some reason this is not ticking as fast as I think it should. I mean, I could do it like this, but this will tick every time that I'm not using the period divider for anything, you know, which I think I should. Maybe not, like I don't know, but even this like looks wrong, you know, because this should be on off on off on off on off on off like for a bunch of times. And I kind of wonder what the hell are like these freezes here, you know? Is this when it actually like locks the writer thread or something? I don't know. I absolutely do not know. Keep pushing. Yeah, on the afternoon though. I'm gonna have lunch now. Like I kind of like this spikiness here, you know? Like the spikiness here is like kind of neat and all. See, I kind of like this, but this should be like more spiky. Not more spiky, but this should be like longer, you know? So it shouldn't have this, well, to begin with, it should like on and off at the start immediately, and it's not. It's like waiting some cycles. And then whenever it finishes for some odd reason, it stays idle for a bunch of time. Which is weird. Which is weird. Yeah. Okay. Everyone, thank you very much for watching the stream. The morning stream. I thought we would have more progress than what we did, but I mean, that's a programmer's life, right? Like sometimes it works fine, other times it doesn't work as great, but it is what it is. I'm gonna have lunch now. I'm gonna be back in around 1 hour, so I'm gonna do a 1 hour break. and I hope to catch you there in 1 hour. I wish you all a nice lunch as well. And yeah, if you guys are watching and you don't follow the channel, I would appreciate if you guys could give it a follow. Yesterday we broke the 100 followers mark, which is really, really cool. And we also have a community Discord in case you guys want to join and talk nonsense off stream. Bye. Yeah, bye. And I'll see you in like 1 hour. Sounds good? Sounds like a plan. See ya. Just in time with the music. Bye bye.